So what's going on, everyone, and today I'm going to be bringing you some more information about the first Zombies DLC map we're going to be getting for Black Ops 3 Zombies on February 2nd, Der EISENDRACHE. We have some brand new information which actually talks about the map size, which I think this will be of interest to you guys, as since the actual trailer for the map we've not really heard any more information about it or really seen anything new. So anything new I want to present to you guys, as it is awesome, and hopefully soon we'll be getting another trailer. Now, this information comes again from the Call of Duty Australia and New Zealand Twitter account. They actually tweeted some information about the EISENDRACHE that we previously didn't know before, which was talking about the name of the castle, which is Griffin Castle. If you missed the video on that, I'll link that down below in the description. It has quite a few storyline implications which could be very, very interesting, so definitely check that out after this video. But we're going to be showing another tweet which they actually tweeted yesterday, where it says this: 50% bigger than the Giant. The EISENDRACHE is available with BO3 Awakening on February 2nd. Get your season pass now. Now this is interesting because, as you guys know, of course, the Giant isn't the biggest map in the world, and a lot of people really favour the Giant because of its size, because it's a small map, it's a very simple map, and it's quite easy to be able to jump in and play really quickly. And I'm not sure why this is marketing words saying 50% bigger than the Giant, but if that's anything to go by, this map isn't going to be a big map. Now, a lot of people say Shadows of Evil is quite a big map. I would disagree and say it's a kind of medium-sized map, but this map, the EISENDRACHE, looks to be smaller than Shadows of Evil, which is going to be awesome. And it looks like there's actually more stuff inside the castle rather than the outside as playable areas, which is cool. Now, looking at past zombie maps, we've had some pretty big maps. Transit sticks out like a sore thumb in that category for massive maps. I definitely don't want a map that big ever again. Looking at Shadows of Evil, when you look at the actual playable areas, it's not actually as big as it seems. It seems quite big and overwhelming at first, but getting into it, it's actually not that big of a map. Looking at maps like Die Rise, it's actually quite small in terms of playable areas because it's very narrow. Shangri-La could be a direct comparison to that. Mob of the Dead also shares that aspect where it's pretty narrow, kind of tight spaces, but there's quite a large map in general. Buried was a medium-sized map, I'd say. And looking at Black Ops 1, I'm thinking that this map will probably be on the same scale of size as maybe Buried. I mean, Buried isn't exactly a huge map when you look at it. It's quite a small map, but the fact that we have the witch's house, which leads onto the kind of pretty big maze, actually helps to add space to that map. But the main factor about this, which I wanted to point out, is so far in the gameplay trailers we've seen for the EISENDRACHE, we've not actually seen a lot of inside space apart from that one shot of the weird computers. We've seen quite a few different areas outside, but they all seem very, very small areas, kind of like Shangri-La in a way, I'd say. There's a lot of kind of really tight corners where there's not a lot of space to be able to train a lot of the zombies, which I think is quite cool in a way, and I'm excited for that. I don't really like maps that are huge in size, and this looks like it'd be quite fun and also quite tight, so it's going to be quite tricky to survive. There's also some outside areas which look like they're actually partly destroyed, like I mentioned in the image that you see of the concept artwork. There's a road which has been completely kind of smashed over by something, where it kind of like a bridge has collapsed and it's just hanging off the edge of the mountain, which looks so awesome. But I can't wait to see more of this map. But let me know what you think down below in the description. Do you like the idea of a fairly small zombies map? This is only 50% bigger than the Giant. So take the Giant, look at it from a bird's eye view, and then add another Giant onto that, but then cut that in half. That is essentially the size of the EISENDRACHE apparently, but you've got to also take into consideration outside playable space and inside playable space. We've only seen one shot, which seems to have a perk inside, and there's also another shot in the trailer where you can see what looks like double tap inside as well. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of focus on killing zombies inside the castle rather than the outside. But let me know your feedback and thoughts on this down below in the comment section, and whether you like the idea of the EISENDRACHE being a fairly small map. Would you rather prefer a big map? I'm sure we're going to be getting a fairly large map at some point in Black Ops 3 Zombies. If Origins is anything to go by, perhaps by DLC 4 we'll get a epic huge map, but I'm looking forward to this kind of fairly small map. But again, if this Twitter account releases any more information about the EISENDRACHE that we haven't heard of before, I'll be sure to update you guys, because it seems to be a little bit of a trend that they're doing now with this Twitter account. I don't know why it's not the main official Twitter account, or rather the Australian, New Zealand one, but I think it's pretty cool anyway. But thank you for watching, guys. Throw a like on the video if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on another one very, very soon.